worldwide on WSM, and they'll see it on Circle Country Television, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube this morning. This is a co-write, original, or
I wrote this song with Travis Meadows.
Wow! Man, I hadn't heard that name in a while.
Yeah. Just brilliant. Yeah,
he's such a brilliant guy. And then
we were worried about him for a while.
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
His friendship has been. I was started out as a fan. The Killin' Uncle Buzzy record is one of my favorites, and so I met him in Lubbock actually at a venue there, and as a fan, and my bus was outside, and he just walked on, and he was like, "Whose bus is this?" And I was like, "It's mine. I'm a huge fan. I'm William." And and he sat and hung out, and we exchanged numbers, and I've written a handful of songs with him, and just like such a blessing to know. I mean, I'm a huge fan. So him and then Logan Wall, we all three wrote this song together, and yeah, it's a very special song. This Travis loves this song. He pitched it to Tim. He asked me if he could pitch it to Tim McGraw, and I was like, please. And Tim didn't take it, which thank God I got to record it. So, but hey, we really believe in this song. So
there's some cool footage in the video too that goes back a few years, I'll say, when people get to see it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And Tim, as you and Faith sit there at the house and watch and listen, right now is where you go.
You can still cut it.
Yeah, the time limit has not expired.
Yeah.
Anytime you want.
How does that not cut that?
He's going to
Watch
call
it
in.
and listen. William Clark Green.
Bill Cody in the morning.
All right, let's get it on.
WSM. Starting with one store in 1978, Boot Barn has become the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation. Supporting those who feed, build, and protect America, we offer the largest selection of cowboy boots, work boots, Western wear, workwear, and outdoor gear. With over 500,000 pairs of boots and thousands of top-quality jeans and clothing, it's an honor to support the people who make our country so great. Boot Barn. Keep West.
WSM Radio proudly presents Springer Mountain Farms Bluegrass Nights at the Ryman, coming back for 2026. Hear the biggest names in bluegrass on the very stage where bluegrass was born, Tuesday nights this June and July. Featuring performances from Ricky Skaggs, Watkins Family Hour, Sierra Hull, Daly and Vincent, and more. Season passes for all 6 shows and single tickets are now on sale at Ryman.com.
This is an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner. 3 more ships have come under suspected Iranian attack in the Persian Gulf as Operation Epic Fury rolls on. The attacks come a day after 3 other foreign vessels were also damaged as Iran continues to threaten ships trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. The strait is a strategically important waterway that typically sees a fifth of the world's maritime oil traffic. Oil prices were up in early trading this morning on the news. The U.S. plans to release 172 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. More from Mark Mayfield.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright made the announcement Wednesday after the International Energy Agency announced it would release 400 million barrels from its own reserves. This comes as the oil supply is being disrupted due to the Iran conflict.
This has been a special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner.
WSM weather. From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Significantly cooler stepping outside today. 40s and 30s this morning. We're only back in the 50s this afternoon. Under plenty of sunshine. Down to the 30s again tonight. 60s tomorrow. 70s on Saturday with plenty of sun. Sunday will be in the 70s as well with a gusty wind in the afternoon.
So the sun's breaking over the Grand Ole Opry Plaza this morning. And from the Simply Superior Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House studio, 41 with a wind chill index of 34. The wind steady at about 10, 11 miles an hour and gusting into the 20s at times. Zach Bennett.
I think we got a sold-out convention going into the Opry House this morning. There's about 4,000 people that have walked by our window in the last 15 minutes or so.
A well-dressed group, I might add.
Yeah, walking over from the hotel. It's SEC tournament time in Nashville. 4 games yesterday. There'll be 4 today and 4 tomorrow. The yesterday scores, 87-82. Kentucky defeated LSU. Auburn over Mississippi State, 79-61. Ole Miss upset Texas, 76-66. Oklahoma defeated South Carolina, 86-74. That sets up today's matchups. Kentucky and Missouri get underway first around 11:30 this morning, followed by Auburn and Tennessee, Ole Miss and Georgia, and Oklahoma and Texas A&M. They'll all play today. Still awaiting to start will be tomorrow. The top 4 seeds, Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt, will take on today's winners. Nashville SC played last night at Geodis Park, a 0-0 draw with Lionel Messi and Inter Miami. They will play again on the second leg of their round of 16 matchup Wednesday down in Florida. Preds are north of the border. They're taking on the Vancouver Canucks tonight. The teams split their 2 meetings so far this season, both here in Nashville and both back in the fall. The Preds have 66 points on the season. They are 1 point out of the final wild card spot. And in the World Baseball Classic, the United States of America moving on to the quarterfinals thanks to Italy defeating Mexico last night 9-1. U.S. going to play Canada on Friday.
This is Coffee Cutfield Cody in the morning.
With William Green and his guitar.
This
new
is
album,
Coffee,
Watterson
Country,
Hall Dance Hall.
and
It's out tomorrow. He's at the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk with us this morning.
Now, when you're dancing, I've got to ask some questions about this. Like at the dance hall, is it just a normal 2-step? I've seen some really incredible dancers lately, especially here at the Nashville Palace, and we're seeing like twirls, dips, lifts. How fancy do you guys get?
Me and my wife's 5'2".
Perfect.
So I do the West Texas headlock where she's in like a headlock, and we have our arms straight out. But we dance very West Texas and very simple, and we got a few little moves and we don't deviate. So I'd give us like a B-.
Nice.
Yeah, but our groove is good. That's why we have 3 kids. So.
By the way, I just handed you the phone a moment ago with Larry Gatlin on the other end and said, you tell Brother Green that Gatlin would be a little girl's name, just a perfect name for a little girl.
I like it. It doesn't, but my opinion doesn't matter.
Well,
I think we all know that.
I heard you.
Talk to Mom.
I heard him say to Larry, you don't tell a pregnant woman anything.
Ask politely.
To this day, I still say I'm going to write a book. It's 101 things not to say to a pregnant woman because they were all said to me. So, yeah, there's a lot of them.
But that was really special for you to talk to Larry Gatlin.
That's very, very cool.
He wants to write with you.
Yeah, and that's I'm still kind of pinching myself on that. Yes, Larry, I'm absolutely down, and I will fly in and meet you wherever. So that would be cool. Very cool.
I love it.
So that's a cool moment.
So what's life been like for you lately? You got 2 little ones, a third one on the way. You're already out there doing shows. How do you keep that balance?
I try to, do 90 shows a year. I'm a road dog. I've always done 150 plus shows a year. And once COVID hit and met my wife, I toned it down. And this is my 18th year of touring. So, and once we started having kids, I didn't want to, I'd given my life to the road and I wanted to enjoy it. So I took a couple years off of just like being in Nashville writing, still toured, but being in Nashville writing so much. So this last year, I was so behind on my writing that I was here all the time. And, so just like you said, trying to find a balance that where, my wife knows what she got into. She's awesome. She's, so I kind of, instead of doing 3 days in Nashville, I'll take the first flight out of Dallas, and then I'll take the last flight out the next day. To kind of, instead of spending 3 days, I just kind of, everything's more like get home as fast as possible. Start hiring, co-drivers for the bus and getting us home as fast as possible. No more layover days and no more laziness. It's play the show and get home as fast as possible, which is how guys mainly tour. So just back in the day, we were just kind of like, oh, sure, we don't matter when we get home. So.
What was your first professional gig? What do you remember as you think back? What would that be?
It's been such a slow go. My first time I ever played a show, or I played 3 songs at a place in College Station called Zapatos, that's where Texas A&M University is. It's where I went to high school. But I played every Monday night, and I went to school at Tech my freshman year, and then I played every Tuesday night, and then I played every Wednesday night. I just kind of got up to Thursday night at the professional venue there, which is the Blue Light. And that's like the 500 cap, like where real touring musicians play. And it was a slow kind of thing. It wasn't like a certain moment. I kind of always did it,
Well, you have built a fan base, though, which is really cool because so many of these records have charted really well on the Billboard chart. And for an independent artist to do that, you need that fan base, and you kind of need them coordinated, too,
Yeah, and it's, like I said, just been a road dog. Back when I started, the music business has changed. We all know so much in the last 10 years. But, I was always on the pavement, always, and just a road dog, so.
Well, speaking of road dogging it, Larry Gatlin on Friday next, the 13th, a week from tomorrow, is playing the Cactus Theater in Lubbock.
Really?
That's a historic spot.
It is. It is a very, very cool spot. That's the old Maines brothers used to own that place. And Don Caldwell. He literally owned that place. But yeah, that place has a lot of history in Lubbock.
William Clark Green. The new album is Watterson Hall. It'll be available wherever you get your music tomorrow, in whatever form you get it. And as I was looking at your tour schedule, there's merch available, by the way, when they get to your website, which is simply williamclarkgreen.com. So I want to send people there. And then tomorrow, you're in Salado, Texas, to kick off the tour at Johnny's Steaks and Barbecue. But take us back. You mentioned you drove all the way from McAllen. Took you 2 days to get to Nashville, played the Opry last night. But you had an interesting hunting trip, exotic trip in South Texas. What was the animal you were referencing?
So yeah, every year, I auction off a few trips for my charity. We do a live auction, and my charity helps raise funds for cotton farmers and ranchers in West Texas that are in need. And it coincides with my music festival called Cotton Fest in Lubbock. And yeah, it's a trip. Some guys bought the package, and me and my buddy Josh Abbott go down, play guitar for him, and we put him on an animal called a Nilgai, which is a Pakistan.
How you spell that?
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have told me that because I misspell it every time. It's like Nilgui, and that's probably wrong.
I heard nail guy, like a guy with a hammer.
Nilgai.
There you go.
Yeah, nail guy, and it's.
I'm sorry, you won't be advancing
it's a
to the
goat
next round.
Yeah.
How's he spelled?
Could you use it in a sentence? Nilgai.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a antelope from Afghanistan, and they're like 700 pounds.
It is a very interesting
It
animal.
looks like a horse with horns.
But
really,
its head is so small and the body is so big.
Yes.
That's so odd.
It looks kind of cartoonish.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the King Ranch, they brought them down in the early 1900s to kind of replace beef. I think it was kind of back when Texas was in their big drought, and they're more drought resistant, and they're delicious to eat, and they've kind of run wild down there, and so there's no season on them, and you can hunt them at night. They're kind of like feral hogs; they're just kind of open season on them, so anyone can hunt them, and as long as you have permission from landowners. And so it's a really cool trip because a lot of people don't realize that they're there, and a lot of people don't get an opportunity to hunt them because the land around there is. The access is not easy to get on. Yeah. It's the King Ranch. I mean, that's pretty much all the King Ranch down there, so it's really hard to get access.
Yeah, it's a Hindi word, Nilgai, that means blue cow.
Yeah.
Or in some parts of the world known as a Persian cow. And you're right for that. You talk about a set of shoulders.
So weird.
It looks comical.
It looks like somebody put a different head on the body. It does not look like those two things go together.
Yeah, it definitely does.
That's great.
So have you always hunted and fished?
I'm a waterfowl duck hunter. I've got a Labrador. Her name's Gumbo, and we have a family ranch outside of Beaumont. And that's what I like to do. I've got web feet. I'm not a big game hunter. I do like to fish, but I'm more of a stock tank bass fisherman. I'm not like get up at 5 and go find all the spots on the lake like a lot of people are, but I like duck hunting, and the older I get, the less angry I am at them. I really like working the dog, honestly. Like watching Gumbo work, like I could sit there and if it's a really great hunt, I'll just sit and focus on her and put my gun down. I like working her so much, and the older I get, the more I love that aspect as opposed to trekking through the marsh.
You're talking about road dogging it. Does your family go out with you at all?
No, my wife is not interested on the bus, it's just there's a lot of people on the bus. We have 12 people on it. So, but Gumbo goes with us every show. She was in Nashville last night. She's riding the bus back right now. And
she get her own bunk because there's usually 12 bunks.
No, she sleeps. She sleeps with my tour manager, their boyfriend and girlfriend, and they sleep every night together. And I don't think it's my dog anymore, honestly. Austin and her, they're in love with each other. The only thing she likes me to do is take her hunting, and then she's pretty much, after duck season, she doesn't even look me in the eye anymore. So, yeah, they have a bond and a love. Like if I died tomorrow, my kids would not get the dog. It would go to Austin. And, yeah, their bond is it's hilarious, but it's also she's family. I mean, she's a great, very well trained, and she's like a person on the bus. I mean, she doesn't run out the door. And
had her a long time.
She's 4.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 4. Yeah.
Well, play a sing for us.
Yeah.
William Clark Green, new music, brand new album, Watterson Dance Hall.
Yeah, I wrote this song with Chase McDaniels and Max Martin, and this is a last kind of. I kind of had the record done, but I lost my dad a couple years ago, and I wanted to find a way on this album to honor him. I'd written a song for my mom, who y'all met earlier in the studio, and I never wrote a song for my dad on the record. So after his passing, I wanted to honor him, and I kept trying to find a song, and it seemed like it wasn't going to work out on this record. This song came in the final hour, and I kind of got 2 on this, and the song's called "Dear Life," and it's just, man, how crazy life is, and it's the blessings it brings, and the craziness, and it's just a wild experience. So that's what this song's about. Dear life, you gave me my first breath. It was a summer of '86. It's been a whirlwind ever since, and I've been getting by. Dear life, you sure do keep me guessing, and I learned a lot of your lessons. Still got some unanswered questions way on my mind. You start out slow but pick up quick. Sometimes you're a friend, sometimes you're a bitch. I'm white knuckle tied with no brake lines, rolling down a mountainside. We're running out of time on this crazy ride. No one's getting out dear life. Oh, dear life, you had me terrified, waiting on 2 pink lines with the girl that's now my wife, and we're doing just fine. Then you took my dad's last breath. He had a lot of good living left, and you never even let me say goodbye. I built a cradle, you dug a grave. I guess when you give, you gotta take away. I'm white knuckle tight with no break lines, rolling down a mountainside. We're running out of time on this crazy ride. No one's getting out alive, but I'm still holding on for dear life as long as I can, before it slips through my hands. I'm white knuckle tight with no break lines, rolling down a mountainside. We're running out of time on this crazy ride. No one's getting out alive, but I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on, yeah, I'm still holding on for dear life.
The great talent of William Clark Green this morning. Thank you so much for getting up early and coming in. And congratulations on the Opry last night and the new album. Again, it drops tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Watterson Hall. And if you'll look at that artwork over his shoulder, that second sign on the right on the door says, "No guns or pets allowed."
That's an exact replica of the door.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I figured it had to be.
It is an exact replica. It's such a great place. If you ever get a chance around Austin area, it's about 25 minutes outside of Austin. Go check it out. They're really, really great people, and it's a true dance hall. So
come back and see us when you and Gatlin finish that song.
Yes, sir.
I will. Okay.
Come back and play it together.
Yes, sir.
You can duet.
That'd be pretty crazy.
All over the world on WSM Radio and Circle Country TV, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and thank you to your mom, Terry, for coming by. That's awesome. Great to meet her.
Coffee, Country, and Cody. Come on, folks, let's give them a hand. Presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-967-7711. That's 800-967-7711.
Springer Mountain Farms is a brand people trust. They're American in every sense of the word and take great pride in producing simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken for you and your family. Hi, this is Bill Cody. At Springer Mountain Farms, the best flavor and quality are guaranteed. They have a long-standing commitment to using 100% U.S.-grown corn and soybeans to feed their chickens, and they raise their chickens responsibly on family farms in the hills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. All Springer Mountain Farms practices and procedures are American Humane certified. Springer Mountain Farms' Simply Superior Chicken is always all natural and never fed any animal byproducts, antibiotics, or hormones. At Springer Mountain Farms, they do it all to feed feed you, America, simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken. Visit SpringerMTN.com to find Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior Chicken at a store or restaurant near you. And experience the Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior difference today.
From a recent episode of Opry Live on Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Brown liquor and black coffee puts my headache off from now. Heard last night put on me, still spinning me around. Highlight of a smoke, even though I can't hardly breathe. First thing I reach for is the last thing I need. Another night of bad decisions. There's one still laying in my bed. The bastard in me wishes he'd woke up first and left. You'd think a girl on fire would stay away from gasoline. First thing I reach for is the last thing I need. All the last thing I need is to need you like I do. And the first thing I reach for is anything but you. If I can keep away the lonely for a moment, that's good enough for me. First thing I reach for is the last thing I need. I can keep away the lonely for a moment, and that's good enough for me. First thing I reach for is the last thing I need. First thing I reach for is the last thing I need.
That's Ashley McBride, Grand Ole Opry star. And the first thing I reach for is the last thing I need. Mm-hmm.
That feels like one that could have been written, like, I don't know, years and years and years ago and yesterday all at the same time.
I'm thinking about a Chris Stapleton song that Willie Nelson cut called The Last Thing I Needed, the First Thing This Morning Was to Have You Walk Out on Me.
Oh, my. Those are the ones. Those are the real heartbreak songs.
Is that a great hook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Hey, among the things going on in town, the men's NCAA, the SEC tournament is a part of the NCAA, who's going to the big dance.
Mm-hmm.
That's going on at Bridgestone. But we've got the Tennessee Titans with a big logo and uniform announcement you were telling us.
Yeah,
earlier,
tonight,
Zach.
I don't know exactly what time it is, but sometime this evening at the Pinnacle downtown, the Titans are going to be revealing their new logo and new uniforms. So we'll get to see those first look tonight.
And we're pretty sure the flame is going away.
No more flame?
No more flame.
Oh.
We still got the little spiky T thing. It looks the same.
What are people going to do with the flame heads they had?
And it,
You're going to go on eBay. Everybody's going to be selling them. Like one slightly used flame head.
Yeah, they're going back to the old Oilers Love You blue, that light blue that the Oilers made famous in Houston.
All right.
Looks like they're going back to that color.
Very
At least
interesting.
based on some stuff that Zach was able to pull up. So.
Well, and speaking of the SEC tournament, congratulations to Evie Bentley. This is Dirks' daughter. She sang one of the national anthems. I don't know what game it was, but she sang the national anthem.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
Sis can sing. Yeah, I remember he brought her out at his Bridgestone show, and she sang, and I was blown away by her then, and that was over a year ago, year and a half ago.
Yeah, I remember
maybe.
you playing a clip from that.
She's just got an incredible voice.
Both
beautiful,
the girls came out and sang at the show, didn't
beautiful tone. Yeah. Well, all his kids like to be on the stage at some point. Knox usually comes out in a wig. He's more of a Hot Country Nights fan, I think, than a Dirks Bentley fan. I don't want to, speak on his behalf, but that's what I'm guessing.
You can't hide talent.
That's true.
Oh.
So, congratulations. It was cute. I didn't know that she had done that, and I saw the posting, and I was like, oh, my gosh, that's amazing. That's a big deal. She did it bobblehead night at the Preds, too, and sang and came out in the Bentley jersey. It was really cool.
Nice.
So, love that. Okay, well, let's talk about other female singers who are making history right now. Ella Langley, she's doing it again, y'all. I said it's like dominoes with her. She just keeps knocking them down. This time, she has the #1 and #2 song on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, making her only the 3rd female in history to ever do so. Taylor Swift was the first. Beyonce was the second. She is the 3rd. She's got Choosing Texas sitting at #1, and Be Her, her new one that she just put out, is at #2. That's got to be a good and crazy feeling, like I'm blocking myself from another #1.
And it's only happened 9 times, period.
Period.
Men and women. That list was Buck Owens, Willie Nelson, Morgan Wallen, Luke Bryan, Florida Georgia Line, Dan and Shay. And in addition, Taylor and Beyonce.
Yeah.
And now Ella.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, Casey Musgrave's going to have a new album coming for us May 1st. We're excited about this. It's called Middle of Nowhere. She's got some really cool guest stars that are going to be on it as well. Willie Nelson, Billy Strings, and Miranda Lambert. And there was this whole thing about that they were beefing with each other and they did not like each other. And I don't know if that was all made up in the media or if there really was some, bad blood there, but whatever it was, if there was something, they squashed it. If there wasn't something, then, they've just decided they needed to do something together.
And it was Miranda and Billy?
No, Miranda and Casey Musgraves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Billy doesn't beef with anybody. Everybody loves Billy Strings. I can't imagine. If you don't like Billy Strings, I don't like you, to steal a line from Larry Gatlin. All right, we got a new member of the Grand Ole Opry. Hello to Jelly Roll, who is waking up with a new crown and sash as the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. In that night, a lot of friends were there to help celebrate with him, including Lainey Wilson, who brought him into the fold. Also, Leanne Morgan was there. And let me tell you something. Leanne Morgan started talking to Larry Gatlin on the side of the stage and went out on the stage and said, I've been flirting with Larry Gatlin. I told him I was going to kiss his lips off. So when I was going out to backsell her and take her off, I brought Larry Gatlin with me and I pushed him out there and they hugged each other in the middle of the stage. Not to start any rumors. She's certainly happy with Chuck Morgan. Just to let you know that's what's going on.
Ward Davis is coming to see us. He's debuting at the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow night. He'll be here in the 9 o'clock hour. And we're going headed to the break, or are we going to the...
We're going to see Darius Rucker on the stage of the Grand Ole
That's
Opry.
what I thought. Darius Rucker doing, for the first time, all over the world, stage made country music famous right here, right now.
From the Assembly.
You say you never danced to a dashboard singing REM on the summer star. Never lean back on a jet black Chevy, blowing smoke rings in the dark. You don't wanna be a rumor girl, and I feel just the same. Well, I know that you don't know me well, but we can make that change. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah, let yourself go, come on, follow that feeling. Maybe something new is what you're needing, like a real night. Let your head have me alive. When was the last time you did something for the first time? You say you never drank from a bottle of some $2 wine, run barefoot through the mud. Never had the right kiss stolen from your lips while you watch the sun come up. Well, I know your friends are watching and they probably disapprove. But give me just half a chance, girl, I'm bearing you. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah, let yourself go, come on, follow that feeling. Maybe something new is what you're needing, like a real night. Let your head have me alive. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah. Now the way you're looking says you're leaning. I hope I ain't reading you wrong. 'Cause the way you're shining, I think you're thinking it's been way too long. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Come on, y'all. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Let me hear you, come on. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Oh, let yourself go, come on, follow that feeling. Maybe something new is what you're needing, like a real night. Let your head down, feel alive, alive. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah. Tell me, baby, when was the last time? Oh, you did something for the first time. Thank y'all.
Country and Cody.
I mean, how do you prepare for something like this?
WSM.
Looking for Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett? Well, be sure to tune in at his new time on Sunday mornings at 7:30 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Prepare today so you can do the things that you have always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sundays at 7:30 to Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett. Firm provides insurance services.
Across Tennessee, thousands of families are living through the pain of addiction and mental health struggles, but no one has to face it alone. I'm Dr. Matthew Bruin, CEO of Apex Recovery. My team and I provide professional, compassionate care for addiction and mental health, helping Tennesseans heal and rebuild their lives every day. Learn more at apex.rehab or call 877-674-6371.
Sponsored by Apex Recovery, licensed by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and by this station.
From the Simply Superior Studio, inside the Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented in part by Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Your radio home for the Opry. WSM Nashville.
This is an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner. Iran is warning that oil prices could reach $200 a barrel as the war with the U.S. and Israel continues. Oil prices were up in early trading this morning after news of 2 oil tankers that came under suspected Iranian attack in the Persian Gulf. Prices spiked briefly again over $100 a barrel before dropping back down into the 90s. Outdated intelligence is thought to be behind a mistaken U.S. missile strike on an elementary school in Iran. Senate Democrats, including Mark Kelly of Arizona, are demanding answers.
It's important that the DOD figures out how did this happen and then put things in place to make sure it does not happen again.
The strike resulted in the deaths of at least 168 children and 14 teachers, sparking widespread criticism. This has been an NBC News Radio special report, the latest on the strikes against Iran. I'm Michael Kastner.
WSM weather. From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Significantly cooler stepping outside today. 40s and 30s this morning. We're only back in the 50s this afternoon. Under plenty of sunshine. Down to the 30s again tonight. 60s tomorrow. 70s on Saturday with plenty of sun. Sunday will be in the 70s as well with a gusty wind in the afternoon.
42 degrees sunny morning on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza from the Springer Mountain Farm Simply Superior A-Cup House Studio. 42 with a 12-mile-an-hour north wind and gusts in the 20s, actually, at times. It makes it feel like 36 degrees. And that's Zach Bennett with sports.
Yeah, downtown's buzzing this week. It's the SEC tournament. Kentucky yesterday defeated LSU 87-82. Auburn over Mississippi State 79-61. Ole Miss got the upset over Texas 76-66. Oklahoma defeated South Carolina 86-74. Those four teams move on to play today as Kentucky will take on Missouri. Auburn against Tennessee. Ole Miss takes on Georgia. Oklahoma battles Texas A&M this afternoon. And the winners of those games will go on to play the top four seeds tomorrow. Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt. Preds are out on the West Coast and north of the border as they take on the Vancouver Canucks tonight. They've played twice this season, split those meetings, both of them back here in Nashville back in the fall. The Predators looking pretty good. They're 1 point out of the final Western Conference wildcard spot as we speak. Nashville SC last night, they took Miami to a 0-0 draw. They will play again on Wednesday night in the second leg of their round of 16 matchup in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Winner will move on. That's a look at sports.
Here's a performance from a recent episode of Opry Live.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here from the A-Cup House studio on television, but continue on radio. So stay with us, 6:50 a.m., WSMradio.com all over the world. We'll be back on TV, and that's, of course, Circle Country, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Central. Kelly Sutton, what you working on between now and then? Anything?
So that's going to be a good time. Everybody's going to be there, including Foy Vance, and he's going to come see us tomorrow, too.
Yeah, Foy Vance, Irishman, Ed Sheeran, support act for his tour.
That's right.
Signed into his record label, Ed did. And very erudite-looking young man.
Very
excited to meet him, yeah. And then Ward Davis, Fear the Beard, is in the house here in just a little bit. And he is on his way. Are you ready for this? Grand Ole Opry debut.
Oh,
and that's special.
That's so cool.
All right, tomorrow on TV.
Bye.
Detroit bill brakes so that they can make a Chevy slow down. And I just ride midnight, sorry my turn goodbye round. Bloody Marys and aspirin don't give a hang, oh, one hell of a fact. But my remedy for handling the hands of time. You sing and sing in Hollywood nights, even the losers get lucky sometimes. A paradise by the dashboard light, now just fine. I'm doing all right. We ain't as young as we used to be, but young and hot. It's so easy when you listen loud guitars and words that rhyme. A hand on the hands of time. My go-to game day jersey's always Carolina blue. When I need to find forgiveness, I find a little small town church pew, yeah. After work, I like to put my elbows up on a bar. And girl, I turn to the speakers when I need to speak to this old heart. And it's a back in black, show me all night long. Could you be love, redemption song? take our licks, life takes its toll. We say thanks, and we fold our hands. And it's amazing grace how sweet the sound. Sunday morning coming down. Tuesday's gone, green grass at home. I come to the gotten along with. But ain't as young as we used to be. But until under that window, you better me. Gonna turn it up some loud guitar. Turn it up some loud guitar. Turn it up some loud guitar. Turn it up, crank some loud guitar. Crank up some loud guitars. Wanna hear some loud guitars. I wanna live some loud guitars. Words and rhymes. The head on the hand of town.
Celebrating 100 years of launching legends.
Now we introduce our guest act for this evening on the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys from up in dear old Kentucky. And the number's a hot one, the Mule Skinner Blues. Let her go, Bill.
WSM Radio.
She knows every move that a man could make. She knows every trick in the book. She knows how to give. She knows how to take. 'Cause so